here to bring you the truth.
Oh, yeah, we're going to do it all right now from Game Changers on Route 40. I invite you guys to come on out and visit us. I want to say hi to those Facebook people out there.
Facebook Live.
Yeah, we're trying something different tonight. We got the 3-camera shoot going live right out on the Facebook. And,
top notch, baby.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun, but we're going into playoffs and all, different world.
Hey,
it's a different world.
Hey, you know how it is today.
Yeah.
You got to keep up with technology.
So, trying to get it out there fresh. You can't compete with the ESPNs and all that, but there's ways you can get things out there.
Oh, yeah, well, ESPN don't have the ref.
Well,
they don't have the ref.
They certainly don't have the.
They got Stephen A. Smith, but Stephen A. Smith can't see me about anything. Stephen A., you're no good. You're low down. You can't come out debate me one-on-one, Stephen. I'm looking for you.
He challenges him, don't he? Every week. He's right here for you. Once again, Game Changers on Route 40. We started Monday night, 7 o'clock. Come on down and join us. It's always fun, and we chit-chat about sports. You got a special guest coming on tonight?
Oh, yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm really excited because we talk about bringing different elements of sports on this show. We just don't talk about football, basketball, baseball, even that. We try to do something a little different, and this week, I'm excited to talk to Golden Beacon's cross-country coach for the women's and the men's, Andrew Scherer. So I'm excited about that and talk about this guy. This guy ran like 29 marathons. And I just want to talk about the sport in general and what some of his ideas as far as recruiting over there at Golden Beacon. So I'm excited to talk to him.
Ran 29 what?
29 marathons, man.
Marathons? I ran a marathon one time. I ain't finished, but I ran. They still waiting for me to crawl.
Oh, you remember the story a couple years ago with the young lady ran the marathon and ended up taking the train and ended up at the finish line. So something like that.
She was smart. I would get it too.
I was in the train on the way through. But I'm kind of interested about the running situation.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
We can talk about like why cross country, why track doesn't get the publicity that it should get. This is some of the greatest athletes in the world. We will talk about that. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, the Bolt.
Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt. Yeah.
Super fast.
Super fast.
I'm waiting for Cowboys to draft him.
Yeah. We should have. We got Bullet Bob Hayes.
Yeah. Done him into something. But speaking, let's take it to football because that's what we do each and every week.
It's real easy. I mean, I ended this.
You want to go straight to your game? We're not going to do that.
We're going to talk about our sponsors first. We're going to talk about how about Cadillac's been there 100 years. Give it up for Cadillac. 100 years. And Auto Team Delaware, 1717 Pennsylvania Avenue. Go down and see April. She'll take care of you. Hey man, listen, they do a good job down there. And also go see those guys down in Dover.
Dover Chevy. Dover Chevy builds some trucks, man.
He does build some trucks.
Unbelievable. We're going to show you some of those. I had a chance to go down and visit with him and see one of the trucks he builds. And he keeps them factory, so they stay under factory warranty. So he gets them all,
Yeah, Matt's always doing something crazy like that.
We'll look at some of that.
He built the Corvette before. As a matter of fact, April picked that Corvette up. That's a whole nother story, though.
Whole nother story. We'll keep that on top.
Sorry about that, April.
But let's chit-chat a little bit because, last week.
All right, let's jump right in. I thought Detroit would have a shot going in that Seattle game, but they are who we thought they are. Okay, I'm a Detroit Lions fan. I'm a Detroit Lions man. It happens. Detroit Lions, they couldn't run the ball. I like ZZ. Zach Zennery's tough, but he has one cut, and you can't win in the National Football League having one cut. And I think we just didn't have enough. And I think they exceeded expectations this year. Caldwell and his staff did a good job getting them to the postseason. But it's football. Postseason or not. I would have better yet they didn't make the postseason and got a better draft pick. But hey, whatever.
Yeah,
you can't tell the team to lose.
You said that last week. You were kind of disappointed.
No, I don't know why you're looking at me like that, Red, but I know you got something to say.
I have nothing to say.
Listen. He's so defensive. I can't.
Hey, listen. I'm a Detroit guy. I'm a Detroit fan, and I live with. Listen, I live with my mistakes.
Let me explain what happened. The Detroit Lions got beat down. I mean, beat down. They just got smacked around, manhandled by the Seahawks. That's what's happened. The Rams are here to bring you the truth. They don't sugarcoat it. How about USA make the playoffs? Oh, they made the playoffs. They came into Seattle and got beat down.
And That's right, the Lions, you know.
And listen, it is what it is. You can get, listen, a lot of hype in that. You know, there's still a bucket. You know what I mean? There's a slam dunk 360, and then there's a bucket. And here's the bucket. The bottom line is they overachieved. They did a good job. They had a good year. I'm still a Detroit Lions fan. I think they'll be okay next year. Sound up that offensive line.
It's always next year.
I always say, just get to the playoffs.
Get to the playoffs.
You got to see one more game than the Eagles got.
That's right.
Yeah, so that's
you better than the Eagles. Neither one of y'all won the Super Bowl, but it's still better.
Yeah, but when we're talking about it, because there's some other games went on too, but Seattle looked.
What do you think about Seattle? I mean, I just thought
they look good against y'all.
Yeah.
If they can play y'all every week, they be Super Bowl champs.
Yeah, you're right about that, right? Seattle played good defense, but I don't think Seattle can put together a stringer run in the playoffs to make. I don't think, if you say who's going to win the Super Bowl, Seattle wouldn't be a team that I would say that's going to be there. I mean, if they play every game at home, Seattle gets some of them funny calls that they get in Seattle, then maybe you got a shot.
The noise factor in Seattle creates a lot of problems
That's
there
true.
too. But let's jump
That's
over.
that 12th man.
Let's jump over to AFC because they really.
How about that Denver? How about Oakland game?
Yeah.
Which we knew was going to be tough. Losing that starting quarterback.
And their left tackle.
And their left tackle.
And their backup quarterback.
And the defense, they can't hold the whole. You can't win like that going to this part of the season.
Well, I tell you what, that kid was in the game if they don't drop two crucial passes I can think of. Crabtree coming across the middle for a first down. That extends that drive, and I think they put points on the board there, keeping it a little bit close, and then the bomb that just went, the guy, so some drop passes really hurt him bad.
One thing you got to realize, in order to win the Super Bowl, you have to have the talent, you have to have the desire, and you have to have a little bit of luck. Think about it. Oakland went through that whole season on fire,
Incredible
one of the best teams in the AFC.
Feel bad for the Raider Nation.
The starting quarterback get hurt, left tackle get hurt, backup quarterback get hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes luck is not with you. And you can't win the Super Bowl without a little bit of luck.
Something.
Now Houston was playing celebrating, but Houston didn't really show me anything.
Nah, it's like a second bye week for the Pats, you ask me. Listen.
Strong defense.
We know anything can happen. I watched Houston a couple times this year. Again, you can't question an NFL team's ability, talent, and heart. But if you're going to line that team up with Belichick's Patriots, I just don't think that team has a shot to win that game. Yeah.
Sooner or later, the Patriots got to come back to reality. I don't know.
It won't be this week.
I don't know how they're doing it.
It won't be next week.
I don't know why they're doing it. But sooner or later, they got to come back to reality.
Yeah, because we're going into some divisional playoffs next week, and then of course then conference playoff, and then Super Bowl. So we're 2 games away from who's going to the Super Bowl. Is what it boils down to.
Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
Well, we know his pick, and it's
Dallas
part of your pick too, right? You believe
Dallas Cowboys.
But watch out for Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers. And listen, if there's a team right now who can challenge you guys,
There isn't.
Aaron Rodgers.
There isn't.
And Aaron Rodgers.
Don't even worry
is
about it.
Fire.
Yeah.
I mean,
everybody's on fire until they lose.
He's throwing that ball from all over the field, and he's consistent.
Yeah.
Hey man, listen. How many Hail Marys can you throw accidentally to score a touchdown?
Don't worry about it.
So I don't know, man. I think you guys got a bit of an issue with those guys. You got to be careful.
But they got a problem because they lost a couple of players yesterday. It's going to hurt them bad.
They got a problem when they line up with just Dallas Cowboys. They got a problem.
Because we run a football, and we keep.
You do run the football, and that's what separates your team. The fact that you got a dual threat quarterback who can pass the ball, run the ball, and you also got a great running back. So you got a team over there that's going to be tough. But stopping Aaron Rodgers defensively, I don't know. I think
we already beat Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay Packers in Green Bay. Matter of fact, I just watched the game this morning. Actually,
did you watch?
I rewatched the game this morning. And let me tell you something. The Dallas Cowboys lined up and smacked Green Bay in the mouth. That's all they did.
What week was that when they
That
played?
was week 6.
Week 6, yeah. So I don't think they lost since
Green Bay was 3-1. They lost.
They lost. Couple.
Green Bay was 3-1. The Cowboys were 4-1. And let me tell you something. They just gave the ball to Zeke, and Zeke ran the ball. And it's the Dallas Cowboys. That's what they do.
Too bad.
They just lined up man to man and just smash you in the mouth.
He's on fire. He can't wait to get to the picks. I know that. We had another game played yesterday too.
Too bad that game don't count right now.
Because it's talking about Green Bay.
Yeah.
they made the New York Giants defense, which was one of the top defenses, money-wise, it was the most paid defense, I believe, in the NFL.
It's cold.
Yeah,
it's cold down there in Limbo. Have you ever been to Wisconsin?
I've been in Wisconsin.
It's cold. It's cold.
I've been in Wisconsin. It's cold. Yeah, it's cold.
Hey, how about the Steelers, though? I mean, the Steelers look good. Steelers actually look like a real good team. Steelers look tough in the AFC right now. And Miami, listen, I don't think Miami's is good or as bad. I think Pittsburgh just played a heck of a game. Bell, man, he's incredible.
That's another one's been on fire for the last 3-4 weeks. Is Pittsburgh? Ben's healthy. He's coming to play. You notice he came out with a boot on.
That's going to be an issue.
Yeah,
you said it before, though. You said when Bell's out there, that team is a completely different team. The whole dynamics of that team is
Bell's a superstar.
Yeah,
he might be the only person last name Bell that's any good.
Our stat guy.
My grandfather, man, his last name Bell. He's pretty cool. But no, I think Bell is incredible. I think that whole team is incredible. Matter of fact, Bell might be my cousin.
Bell ain't related to you, dog.
I'm related to.
Bell is not related to you.
I'm related to Don Cornelius.
You're not related to Don Cornelius. You're not related to Don.
Don Cornelius.
You are not related to Don.
I'm on TV telling you that
Soul
Don,
Train. No, sir. No, sir.
Don Cornelius is my uncle.
It's not your uncle. You can stop lying.
You can Google it.
Stop lying.
You Google it's going to say Doran Bell's nephew.
It's not going to say
Don Cornelius. Hey, Don Cornelius is one of the coolest dudes ever to be on TV.
He is not your uncle.
Okay.
All right. Well, we got. Did we have?
That was 4 games, man. Right? It's the Steelers, right? We talked about Seattle. We talked about Texas over Oakland. We talked about Rodgers, and then of course we're gonna talk about next week's games. But yeah, 4 games playoffs. We can talk about the picks now. We talk about the picks later, but it was good. We talked about Alabama tonight. We're gonna talk about those guys.
Well, let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We're gonna talk a little bit about Alabama and finish up with football and stuff, and then we're gonna get our guest up here.
Oh yeah.
And
they had a truth. Can't wait to the moment of truth. Can't wait to talk to my man Joe Richmond.
Yeah, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna talk about our sponsors. Remember, we're here at Game Changers. Game Changers on Route 40 every Monday night starting at 7 o'clock. We get it started right here. Come on and join us. And if you're watching us on Facebook, you still got plenty of time to come on down and join us right here at Game Changers on Route 40. Also want to thank Auto Team Delaware for their sponsorship.
Oh, yeah.
And they've been doing it for us since day one. We really appreciate it.
Them.
And we're going to take a quick break and go visit some of those folks. So stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
Sports fans!
I'm here to bring you the truth.
Sports fans, what's up? I told you I was coming down here to Delaware Subaru. I came down and I met my main man, Dave Stanton.
What's up, Dorian? How you doing?
How you doing, man?
Excellent.
Listen, I see why you guys are rated #1.
Thank you, man.
Came down here, you guys treated me like family. I appreciate that.
Well, that's what we want to do. We want everybody to feel like family, and we want to send them home in a great car.
What kind of models do you guys offer down here?
We got the Impreza, which is our small sedan, also in a 5-door.
Nice.
We got our Crosstrek, which is our small crossover. Then we have our Legacy sedan, Outback. Everybody knows about the Outback. You also have the Forester, which is our bigger SUV. And then the WRX, our sports car. Now, the really cool thing is every car is standard all-wheel drive.
All-wheel drive. Now, what do you mean by all-wheel drive?
So all-wheel drive means every wheel has power going to it. And that's different than a lot of other manufacturers' all-wheel drive. Their all-wheel drive is reactionary. So something has to slip before it works. Where ours, it's already on. All power going to all 4 wheels.
That's incredible. So I guess in harsh weather conditions or something like that, all-wheel drive will probably be amazing.
Absolutely. It also reacts faster. So that split second might be the difference between you getting out of the way or hitting something.
You guys got a very good reputation. What separates you from these other Subaru dealerships that's close and nearby?
Well, one of the main things is our service department. We got a top-rated service department, and also our customer service satisfaction ratings are very high in sales, actually #1 in the area. And I get a lot of my people from service come over and buy cars just because of how great our service department is. We offer loaner cars.
Nice.
So if you buy your car here, you need a loaner car, but give it one.
When you guys are done with those loaner cars, what do you do with them?
So that's a great thing. We have a certified pre-owned vehicle, okay? Here's one right here, the Forester.
Okay.
So basically low mile,
okay?
This one's a 2016, so late model, and it comes with a 7-year, 100,000 mile warranty. It's been through a 152-point inspection, and also roadside assistance that whole time.
That's awesome, man. Listen, come down and see my guy, Dave Stanton, over here at Delaware Subaru. It's been fun, man, hanging out with you. I can appreciate that. Listen, 1717 Pennsylvania Avenue. Sports fans!
Game Game Changers, located on Route 40 in Newark in Elizabeth Plaza, is one of the only crab houses in the area. Now with a brand new patio for outside dining for many seafood dishes, featuring the best crab cakes in town, to shrimp, clams, oysters, crabs, you name it. Happy hours from 11 to 6 with a $5 menu. And you can get $1 colossal shrimp, $1 fried oysters, and all-you-can-eat crabs all day, every day. Plus, Bud and Corona Lake draft specials all day long. Game Changers. Come down and see us.
I'm here to bring you the truth.
And we're going to do that from Game Changers on Route 40. If you're out there and you're watching us on Facebook right now, you still got time to come on down and join us. You realize, Joe, you didn't know this, but three cameras. We're going live to Facebook.
Facebook Live. What up, Facebook?
Yeah.
We on Facebook, baby.
This is all new, right happening right here and now at Game Changers. And,
Right.
I knew something special was happening because Dad's got the Eagles shit table over there.
They got the Eagle table over there.
I knew something special was happening.
But you know who the Eagle play next week? Nobody.
And they didn't lose last week either.
They didn't lose last week.
Hey, Eagle fans, I'm still with you.
Yeah. But we're still in it. And speaking of being in it and everything,
Who's we?
before we get in doing our picks, we got to roll with that. I want to talk about tonight's ball game.
Oh, yeah. That's the championship game.
Oh yeah, man! You excited about that?
I'm ready.
Rematch from last year's championship game, Alabama and Clemson. That's gonna be good. The game last year was decided by 5 points, 45-40, right? But I was looking at Clemson and I was saying, well, do these guys really got a shot in this game? So I studied the loss that they had earlier in the season against Pitt. And now Pittsburgh, listen, it was overachievement. They won the game. That was great. Congratulations. Give it up for Pittsburgh.
Quadri Henderson, Delaware product.
It was good. It was good. But when you look at that game, Clemson had 3 turnovers in that game, right? And 3 costly turnovers, and they lost on a last-second field goal, or we could be sitting there looking at 2 undefeated teams. But it might not necessarily have been a bad thing to happen to Clemson rematching with Alabama. Maybe they beat that semi-pro team tonight.
Well, the difference this year is both wide receivers for Clemson are playing this year. They didn't play last year. And the wide receiver Williams for Clemson is a superstar. Look out for him in the NFL.
That's right.
He's an up-and-coming player. I like him a whole lot. So I believe Clemson has a chance. I ain't going to reveal who I think going to win yet, but I think Clemson has a good chance to win this game.
Well, I tell you what, it's going to be decided by the defense and special teams of Alabama. If they show up like they've been showing up, to me, it's over.
I mean, they the best. They might be one of the best defenses of all time. So they ain't like they gonna go missing.
Well, it's funny thing about that. They got guys that sit on that bench that's not even starting that could play in the NFL. So that's crazy right there.
Yeah.
Clemson has a talent. They ain't just as talented as Alabama overall. But the question is, how's their depth compared to Alabama?
Yeah, so a good ball game is what you're telling me.
Oh, it's going to be a real good game.
So we should tune in and watch it.
Tune in, watch it, enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a real good battle.
Of course, by the time they're watching this show, it's already taken place.
It's already taken place.
I'm talking Facebook Live.
Okay, Facebook. Okay.
Facebook Live, people.
Yeah, you definitely want to stay with
Tune in tonight.
Yeah, well, let's talk about let's go ahead and do the pick here with this.
I'm not going to tell my pick. I'm going to say it on the truth.
No, you don't tell them on the truth. Dorian, you got one?
Alabama's going to win that game.
Yeah.
But hey, I lost. I went out 0-4. So
you went 0-4.
I went 0-4 to end the year.
Matthew Stafford is MVP of the NFL.
First time I didn't get a win.
Mitchell James going to win the national championship.
Yeah.
Detroit Lions going to win a playoff game.
Joe, I told you what happened. I fired myself.
Did you?
Yeah, but then I looked around and I couldn't find anybody to replace me, so I had to rehire myself.
Did you get a raise?
Working on it.
I'll go with Alabama.
It's close.
I see an upset coming in the making, so I'm going to
Clemson, you think that can happen? It can happen. It can happen.
Alabama's tough, but
Is it an upset or he just picking against me again?
He's just picking against you, Joe. He's just picking against you.
let's see, 0-4.
Now we pick against Dorian.
Just go with the odds, man. Just go with the odds. But we're gonna take another quick break.
Yeah, we got
it. Let's talk about next week's playoffs before we do that. Then when we come back, we'll let the Rev start off with the moment of truth, and we'll bring up our guest and all that stuff's going to be taking place. But let's talk about
NFL playoffs.
Yeah, who plays? So we got Dallas and Green Bay. That game is next week, right?
That game next week.
That game is next week. Dallas
Next
and Green Bay.
Sunday night.
At 4 o'clock game. It's a late game.
It's the late game, baby.
Yeah. So
The Dallas Cowboys went by 20.
We already know their picks.
I'm gonna be like Joe. Let me see.
for the first time, I'm going to say something that I know I've never.
Come to the light, Joe. Come to the light. Get saved, Joe. Get saved, Joe. Come to the light.
I'm going with the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, yeah, you almost was there. Joe, you was almost there.
Daps, I didn't do it, Daps. I can't do it. Come on.
Oh, hey, I know who's going to win that game. I know who's going to win that game. Hey, listen. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I think it's going to be tough, but I think Dallas is going to be
That's right. That's right.
I didn't want to pick him.
That's right.
I didn't want to pick him, but
Dallas Cowboys.
I went on for it, so I'm trying to clear it.
Everybody in Detroit just doesn't.
Because Dallas is.
I can't pick Green Bay, man. I can't pick a cheesehead. Okay, I'm from Detroit. I can't pick a
Seattle,
cheesehead.
Atlanta. We got that one going on.
Seattle, Atlanta gonna be a good game. I like it. I like the matchup.
Who you think gonna win that game?
I'm going with Atlanta.
Too much firepower, right?
Too much firepower.
Way too much
I'm
firepower.
going Atlanta.
Yeah, I like Atlanta in this game.
And then Atlanta's at home, right? Yeah, Atlanta's gonna crush those guys. They won't get the referees to go with them. So I got Atlanta in that game right there. Pittsburgh and Kansas City, is that? Ooh, that's the game.
That's where I'm going to take the Revs stance and say tie.
That's the game.
That's a good tie, though.
Yeah, that's going to be a good ball game.
That's going to be
the game. You can flip that. I just want to watch that game.
That's hard for me to pick because I've been kind of saying Andy Reid has got a team doing it this year, but that Pittsburgh Steelers team last week, I'm telling you, I'm going to go Pittsburgh.
It's strength on strength. Pittsburgh offense versus KC defense. Who will make the play to change the game? I'm going to go with black and yellow, black and yellow.
Hey, man, I've been a fan since Kansas City, since Christian Okoye back in the day, man. Wow. So I'm happy, and Kansas City is winning right now, so I'm going with Kansas City in that game. In the upset. I think Kansas City beat Pittsburgh in the upset.
It's just something about Andy Reid I don't trust in the playoffs.
Why is that?
And Alex Smith,
that's a hated boy. That's a hated over there, boy.
So you know what? Pittsburgh is in Pennsylvania. They still Eagle territory. I'm going with the Steelers.
Eagles. Yeah.
How do Eagles get territory? They don't have a Super Bowl. In order to get territory, you have to have a Super Bowl.
Well, let's move it back into the AFC because you got New England. Houston's got to go up there.
Really?
Pick that?
Yeah, really?
That's a laugher, man.
That's a laugher.
That's a laugher. I mean, and maybe not. Maybe you can't discredit an NFL team. It's still got to be played. The game still has to be played. The only way Houston can win this game
is if New England don't show up.
Deflate. That's all I got. Deflate game. Somehow the ball get deflated or something. That's all I got. I think they win easy.
Yeah, I think it's all around New England.
Yeah.
You gonna pick the upset?
Well, listen, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Houston is a talented team. They are full-grown men playing a game. I think Houston can win this game? Let me tell you something, Houston. You can't win.
Can't win.
You can't win. You can't win, child. And you can't get out of the game.
Is that our picks for the week?
That's our picks, man.
Yeah, okay, well, I'm picking that we take another commercial break and come back with the Rev. Telling you the truth, we'll bring our guest up. It's all going to be happening right here. Game Changers, Facebook fans, stay with us. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to come back to you too as well. Thank you so much. Get on your phones, put it out there to people.
Facebook Live.
Facebook
Live.
Yeah, to be sure and pass it on because we're having a lot of fun and hope you are too. And come down and join us. Game Changers, Route 40. Auto Team Delaware, thank you so much for the sponsorship. We're going to take a quick break. Go down and visit some of those folks.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sports fans!
Here to bring you the truth.
Hi, and welcome to Chevrolet of Dover. This is Matt Kersey here with me. I'm telling you, I'm excited to be down here because you guys got a lot of good deals going on. But one of the deals that you've got, we're standing in front of right here, a brand new Chevy pickup truck.
Yes, she is. This is a 2016 3/4-ton diesel crew cab that we actually built here and customized ourselves. There is nobody in the state of Delaware who does what we're doing. This truck here has got a 7.5-inch lift, custom wheels, rubber, fender flares, side steps, some small modifications also to the motor, but it's the only place you can get it. The modifications that we have made to the motor do not void out the warranty, so everything's good here at any Chevy service center in the country.
Peace of mind, folks. I'm telling you, it doesn't get any better than this.
You also got to look what's in the front of it. We got a hammerhead front and rear bumpers, but each truck I do something unique to it. And in this truck, we did add in a train horn. So If I get up behind you on your Toyota, you're going to know me real quick.
You're talking thousands and thousands of dollars if you took it out, brought it brand new, plus wait time and all that to get it right. You guys are doing it, and you work with people to do it their way, the way they want it.
That's correct. When someone does purchase a vehicle, or if it's someone who comes into our service department, one, we'll give them courtesy transportation while we do the work.
You guys have anything brand new Chevrolet, I want people to know, and plus the pre-owned market as well right here, and a lot of things. You work with military personnel quite a bit.
We do a ton. Due to my 26 years of service and being next to Dover Air Force Base, I understand all of their concerns, whether it's the member that's in the military and who's being deployed, or if it's the personnel that are staying home. We do everything we can for them. I want to give a discount to everybody that's possible. In our service department, which we're standing in, 15% off of parts and labor on anything they do. All they have to do is just show their ID.
This is Matt Kersey. He can have any question that you want answered right here. Matt will be the man who'll take care of you. Matt, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Game Changers, located on Route 40 in Newark and Elizabeth Plaza, is one of the only crab houses in the area. Now with a brand new patio for outside dining for many seafood dishes, featuring the best crab cakes in town, to shrimp, clams, oysters, crabs, you name it. Happy hours from 11 to 6 with a $5 menu. And you can get $1 colossal shrimp, $1 fried oysters, and all-you-can-eat crabs all day, every day. Plus, Bud and Corona Lake draft specials all day long. Game Changers, come down and see us.
It's your boy, The Rev. I'm here to bring you the truth. Guess what? I want to talk about the national championship game. That's right. Alabama, Clemson. Who's going to win? The Rev's going to tell you who's going to win. You know why the Rev's going to tell you? Because I saw in the vision. That's right, I saw in the vision. What I saw was War Eagle fans. Yeah, from Auburn. They was back in Clemson with all their power, with all their ability. And Clemson was winning the game. Yes, Clemson was winning with 2 minutes left in the game. It was going to be the greatest upset ever. Oh, but I saw a big bear come out the stadium. A big bear. It was Bear Bryant. And he gave Alabama the juice to kick a last-second field goal so Alabama could win the game. That's right. Alabama wins again. Roll Tide. The Rev is here to bring you the truth. It's going to be an exciting game, but I'm going to let you know it's Alabama. Just like I let you know, it was the Dallas Cowboys. We still watching the Dallas Cowboys? Yes, sir. We still watching the Dallas Cowboys. And you're going to watch them until they lift up that trophy. That trophy that should be called the Landry Trophy. You know why. Come on, Ty was the best coach all time. Let's tell the truth. How about the Eagles? Remember I told you week 3, when they was 3-0, what did I tell you the Eagles were going to do? They're going to fall apart. What did they do? Fall apart. It's time for you to believe the Rev. The Rev is here to bring you the truth.
Hey, man, the Rev always hurting him.
Man,
the Rev always hurting him. But let me ask you a question. Did he say he seen a bear in his vision?
That's what he said.
I don't know, man. We don't drug test here on Sports Fans, but we might start.
We might have to start.
Yeah, but you know, you can't be truth. Listen, man, I'm excited, man. Listen, I'm so excited, man. We always do this. I always say who you brung this time, who you brung this week. I'm really excited this week because we always talk about basketball, we talk about football, we talk about baseball, we talk about track. But this is the first time we actually talked about track field and cross country, and I'm excited to have the guy from Golden Beacon College, right, who runs the track program, the women's program, the men's program, ran in 29 marathons, ran in three times Boston. He ran in Boston 3 times.
Hey, give
it up for my guy Andrew Scherer, man. Get it up.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. Hey, thanks for being here, man. Excited
coming out, cool.
Thank you. So you know when you come to the show, normally you got to bring something to the show.
I was not made aware. I would have done that. I'll be back next week. I'll bring something.
That's a real nice polo.
That's real nice.
Joe said it looked good with a bow tie.
I think it will.
Okay, so we might do that next week.
If I remember during the first segment, the Rev said something about running a marathon.
That's right.
If he finishes, I'll give him this.
Okay, well, you ain't got to worry about giving it to him.
That's the truth.
You ain't got to worry about that. Is there an elevator on that track? No,
it's all downhill with a
all downhill from that. Listen, we're going to jump right in, man. So excited times. Listen, how long have you been with the program?
I'm just about to finish my first year.
Okay, exciting times.
Yeah, very exciting.
Now, is this your first coaching on the collegiate level?
On the collegiate level, yes, it is.
Yeah, and where did you coach before?
I was in Middletown High School for 3 years, and prior to that, I did a couple years at Red Lion.
Yes, sir.
Right. You did a little bit. You started at Red Lion.
Started at Red Lion as the assistant cross-country coach, and and then was hired as the head track and field and cross country coach at Middletown.
We're talking about this, like, how the talent level, like, do you really see that difference in talent level when you're at the high school level and then you go up to the college level? What are some of the differences that you see right off?
One of the all-stars in coaching from the University of Delaware, Jim Fisher, once said that the difference between high school and college is the 80-20 rule. 80% of the kids in high school really are there for the social aspect of the sport, and the other 20% are there to be good athletes. When you get to college, 80% of the kids are really there because they're athletes. And so there's really that jump, not just in desire, but the talent level has to go with it.
Has to go with it. And, you know, I was talking about why doesn't track and field, right? Why doesn't cross country kind of get that notoriety? Why doesn't it get, you know, all the TV, you know, nobody talks about, well, why is it not a bigger sport than it is?
I've run for 39 years, and I can sum it up in one word: boring. Television audiences don't want to sit and watch a 2.5-hour marathon. They don't want to watch a 4-hour track meet. I mean, I've gone to some epically long indoor track meets. They can be 8, 9, 10 hours long. Nobody has time to sit and watch that. So there's the excitement level of watching it. You wait 20 minutes for a 10-second race. Yeah. The excitement level. We've done a terrible job of marketing ourselves. Yeah. There are some great ambassadors of the sport out there. Usain Bolt. Yeah. He's charismatic. Yeah. He's a beast. Yes. He's a once in a generation athlete, and people will watch him for the 9.5 seconds he's on the track. That's right. And that's it. So what do we do? Do we shorten the meets? Do we? I mean, I'm just saying. Do we shorten? If you want to draw attention to track and field and cross country will never be a spectator sport. Yeah. Simply because the shortest race in cross country for women is 5 kilometers at the college level. For the men, it's 8 kilometers. No one's going to watch a 30-minute race. There's no interest there.
Maybe if you threw some hurdles in there, you know. Maybe if you're running through, you know.
But you know, it only really comes down to when it's the Olympics. Yeah. It's when everybody's excited.
Everybody's excited about it.
There's so many other great meets leading up to the Olympics.
That's
Why aren't they? You know what I mean, like the Goodwill games and things of that nature. You hear about them setting records and all these other meets. Why aren't those broadcasted as well?
If you're in Europe, track and field is, if soccer's here, track and field's here.
Yes.
Track and field in the European circuit, in the Asian continent, in the African continent are huge. In the United States, it's football, baseball, basketball, and hockey's kind of a distant fourth.
So let me ask you this question. Is there a rivalry in track and field for you guys?
Well, how about you guys? Do you guys got a rivalry personally, like Golden Beacon? When you play, do you get up for a certain team that you got to play? Or is this like...
I think naturally there's a regional geographic. The conference we're in, CACC's got 13 teams in the cross-country, the field cross-country programs. Right. Naturally, it's the guys across the street who are our rivals. That's Wilmington University. Okay. Great program, great coach. They've been at it for a lot of years. So that's naturally who we look at. Yeah. Because I've been part of the running community for so long, I know half the coaches in the conference. Okay. And so there's a natural rivalry there with Philadelphia University and University of the Sciences in Philadelphia. Yeah. Post, you get the NIAC, some of those schools that you know the coaches, you want to do well. Yeah. And then when you step in, I mean, we're Division II. Yeah. So we've a little bit of elevated opportunity. I know the head coach at Westchester University, so we're going to be going up and running some track meets this spring. So there's an opportunity for us. That kind of rivalry develops.
What do we do? What do we do as far as recruiting? You know, when you see how is that process? Now I know we can't talk about who we're recruiting and all that, and I understand that. But what are some of like the recruiting processes? Like I got to get that kid. You know, how does that work? I mean,
every coach has their own way of doing recruiting. And quite frankly, a happy athlete is a competitive athlete. If you get an athlete and you bring him into a situation that is not going to do him any good academically, he's going to be a poor athletic opportunity for you.
That's right.
And so one of my first criteria is making sure that you've got the right academic fit for a student athlete. Yeah. Once you've been able to do that, then you've got to mesh personality-wise. All right. For me, the third thing is actually talent. Yeah. Evaluating what the talent is. Yeah. I can take a so-so athlete who's happy and healthy and in a good place mentally, and I can make them a good athlete.
That's good.
You can get a great athlete, but if it's not academically right and it's not an environment for them, and you don't mesh well with the coach, it's going to be miserable. They're going to drop off the far end. They're not going to do well.
Yeah. What was your favorite part? What was your favorite? Were you the dash, the 400 meters? What captures you?
I was one of those weird athletes. I love the steeplechase. I ran the 3,000 meter steeplechase, and true, I am an original. I love cross country.
Yeah.
I love running over hills. I love running over fences. I love running through creeks. That's what cross country and steeplechasing are very close together in terms of the mentality to go do that. You got to be nuts to do both.
I love it too, only on a Stairmaster, but other than that, I ain't going through it for real.
I mean, I think that there's something to be said to that, because is that kind of what you look for? Do you look at some of the athletes that the way that you ran, the way that you approach the game, is that kind of what you're looking at? Because your team reflects the coach.
I walked into a situation almost a year ago that Goldie Beacon's coaching had gone through some changes.
Yeah.
They had a longtime coach who passed away. They had an interim coach who did a very good job for the short period of time, but she was a short timer.
Okay.
So I walked into a situation where recruitment hadn't really been strong.
Yeah.
The program had kind of drifted a little bit, and so now you've got athletes. You got to bring them back to not just to be competitive, but the way I want them to be competitive, and how the school wants them to be.
Absolutely.
Competitive. And so that process is going to take probably another year to get there.
Well, let me tell you, right now with Golden Beacon, I mean, they're doing a lot of great things over there. I think the tennis team.
9-0 first time, won conferences, qualified for the national tournament. The women's basketball team.
The basketball team is doing really well.
They're ranked 9th in the East Region, NCAA Division II.
Yep.
Men's basketball team is 10-3.
10-3. Yep. So it's a lot of winning programs that's going over there. Who's the athletic director over there?
Brand new gentleman. And first of all, before I talk about Dr. Brennan, I need to talk about Chuck Hammond, who was the longtime athletic director.
Yes, Mr.
Chuck
Hammond.
has been promoted to the Dean of Students.
Oh, okay.
And that says something about the way Goldie Beacon takes care of their people. He moved into that position. The student athlete base, the student population in general know him, respect him.
That's good.
Was he the girls basketball head coach?
He was the men's basketball coach.
Okay, that's who it was.
But Dr. Tom Brennan was just hired back in mid-December. Came over from 16 years at LaSalle.
Yes.
There you go.
With a very long track record of success everywhere he's been.
Philly Connect.
Yeah.
Very first thing he did, and props to him, didn't meet with the coaches, met with the student athletes.
That's good.
Yep. Right before the very first basketball game of the season, where Goldie Beacon went over to play University of Delaware, he gathered the student athlete population together every season, the spring sports, fall sports, winter sports, put them in the bleachers and said, I'm Tom Brennan, I'm their new athletic director, come into my office, let's talk.
Let's talk. That's
Wow.
good. That's good. And that says a lot about the program. That says a lot about what they're trying to do. And you could tell by some of the moves that he's making, but bringing you on, which is incredible. Your track record itself. We were laughing and talking about the fact that he ran in 3 Boston marathons.
That's what I want
you got
to
to
find
be
out.
crazy running the Boston Marathon. And not only that, because we talked funny, because there were some people taking a train to the finish line, and it's something I would have tried. She should have just slowed up a tad bit.
We will never get away from that story.
Just slow down a little bit. And any kind of publicity works, maybe a scooter or something.
It's that Boston Marathon. Not as the times the African continent type wins it. The Nigerians, or
Kenyans, Ethiopians. Yes.
What is it? What is it about
It's
them
hot.
that it's crazy.
They running. It's
Well,
hot.
I will tell you, it's what every college coach tries to do.
Yeah.
They try to create a culture of success. They've just done it at the national level.
Yeah.
They reload every year.
Every
we
year.
call it the Kenyan Nation.
Yeah.
And I've talked to some Kenyans about the possibility of running a Goldie Beacon.
Yeah.
They breathe success.
Yeah.
And it just, the next generation sees what the former generation did, and that's what they want to accomplish.
On a serious note, we talked about that too in Boston, like happened a couple, years back with the Boston Marathon. You talked about that a little bit.
Because they actually going to make a movie about it.
They're going to make a movie about
It
that.
should be out middle of this month.
Yeah,
Were you there then?
No, I was not there. I knew several people who were running that day. Amazing. I don't keep great contact with my family. Every member of my family called me that day to find out if I was there, because they know that that's a place I typically go.
Yeah.
And how did you ever finish? Was your goal is to win, or your goal was to finish?
My goal was to finish. I was never an Olympic or national qualifier in terms of that kind of ability. I wasn't gonna make the Olympic trials or anything. I'm a above average guy.
Yeah.
And back in my heyday, in the 80s and 90s, I was pretty darn competitive. But competition's up here.
Yeah.
Right. I'm 53 years old now.
Yeah.
I still go to track meets and compete.
Wow. Yeah.
I still go to the national cross-country championships and compete. I've walked away with bronze medals.
That's awesome.
With guys who are like-minded, creating a culture of people who want to be successful.
That's awesome.
Into their 50s and even 60s.
That's awesome. What are some of the things that you try? We talk about sports a lot, but what do you try to instill in these kids? What do you want to be known for? If it's something also, when they hear coach's name, and this is 20 years down the line, what do you want them to say about you? What do you want your players to say?
Number one, that I cared about their success. And sometimes in high school, this was always a problem. I cared more about their success than they did. And getting back to the 80-20, I wanted the kids to do so well, it killed me sometimes that they were not looking at butterflies. College kids are a little different. I want them to be successful, and I want them to look back in 20 years, and my coach wanted me to be successful, not just as an athlete, and not just as a student, but as a person.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things Goldie Beacom is very good at is getting community service out of their teams.
Yeah.
And so each sport, each team takes on a community service project.
Yeah.
Giving back, being part of the community.
What's the project we're working on right now?
We just finished up a program called Souls for Souls.
Souls for Souls.
Which was collecting shoes, gently used athletic shoes and other shoes to be donated to places like Haiti and Jamaica who've suffered through hurricanes and earthquakes and everything else in the last 5-10 years. So those shoes will be delivered to people in need in those countries.
Wow.
Hey man, listen. Hey, if you want to play for a great coach, if you want to run for a great school, you got to go see our guys over there and Coach Sherry over at Golden Beacon, man. It's a pleasure having you here.
I appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming. Maybe come back next time. Maybe you come and bring a couple runners.
Sure.
Maybe get him out there with Rev in the parking lot, see if he can compete at any level.
We're taping off.
Put that on. You talk about ratings. You talk about blowing up the sport.
I am CPR certified.
Okay, good. We're gonna need it that day.
We're gonna need plenty of oxygen.
I can promise you that much. Hey man, listen, thanks again, man.
I appreciate you guys giving some love to running and cross country.
Absolutely, man.
For coming out.
And the college. Goldie Beacom appreciates the opportunity to come out and talk about not just Goldie Beacom, but college athletics in general.
That's right. And that's what we do on Sports Fans. Again, thanks Auto Team Delaware. Thanks for Game Changers. 1717 Pennsylvania Avenue. Sports Fans!
Sports Fans!
Sports fans, I'm down here at Kia Wilmington talking to my main man, Larry Price. Larry, good to see you, man.
Good. How are you today?
Good, man. I can't complain. Listen, I want to talk a little bit about Kia, talk a little bit about the product and where you guys came from, man. I remember at one point, people talk about Kia, they didn't necessarily want to buy one. Tell me some of the things that changed.
Well, Kia's been a long journey. Starting back in 1994, when we only had the Sportage and the Sophia. It was a car in the market that really everybody felt was a little cheap. But today, I tell you what, we can compete on every market segment of every vehicle car, all the way up to the Cadenza, the K900, which can compete with a BMW 7 Series.
These cars look good.
Also, you have the Sedona for the van person. You have a Sportage, which is in the middle of the SUV. And then, of course, we have our Sorento with a third row seat. V6, we have a 4-cylinder with gasoline direct injection. All of these vehicles will get you good gas mileage, up to 30 miles a gallon.
Nice. Kia has one of the longest warranty in the industry. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, our warranty is the best. It pretty much doubles everybody with the exception of Hyundai, which is a customer.
Okay.
Now, that warranty gives you 5 years, 60,000 miles compared to everybody's 3-year 36.
Wow.
5 year 60 comprehensive, bumper to bumper. Plus, you get the 10-year, 100,000 miles engine and powertrain. That gives you a very long time while you're paying for your car to be covered with no hassles.
Hey man, that's awesome stuff. You guys got a good reputation. I talk about you all the time on Sports Fans. Give me an idea of what a customer can expect when he comes in to see you.
Well, I've got to say, I've been here since they opened this Kia store in 2009. I want to say that one of the things that we do here in Kia Wilmington is we do everything that we do for our Cadillac store and our Subaru store. What we'll do for the busy customer who has to get service, we'll give them a loaner car.
Nice.
And if you have a major problem, we'll do a drop-off and pickup. Not to mention, we try to treat everybody here like they're at home. We have a nice waiting area. We try to give you complimentary drinks.
Where are we located again?
1606 Pennsylvania Avenue.
1606 Pennsylvania Avenue. Come see my man Larry Price at Kia Wilmington. Sports Fans.
Game Changers, located on Route 40 in Newark and Elizabeth Plaza, is one of the only crab houses in the area. Now with a brand new patio for outside dining for many seafood dishes, featuring the best crab cakes in town, to shrimp, clams, oysters, crabs, you name it. Happy hours from 11 to 6 with a $5 menu. And you can get $1 colossal shrimp, $1 fried oysters, and all-you-can-eat crabs all day, every day. Plus, Bud and Corona Lake draft specials all day long. Game Changers. Come down and see us.
I'm here to bring you the truth.
What up?
Yeah, we're coming right back from Game Changers on Route 40. We do this every Monday night. Be sure and come down and join us at 7 o'clock. It's a lot of fun. I'm watching the screen, and the players are starting to trot out.
Time, man.
Right.
Showtime, Alabama.
Yeah, Alabama.
National championship, baby.
Clemson. I took Clemson, didn't I?
You took Clemson.
Yes, you did.
You see how big them boys from Alabama
I
look?
want to be sure you guys
Semi-pro
remember.
team.
I just wanted you guys. But I tell you, that Alabama, they just look bigger.
You think they can beat the Eagles?
Yeah, they beat the Eagles.
They can beat the Lions.
I know they can get the Lions.
You know that.
They probably get the line. They probably get the line.
First quarter, maybe.
Well, you throw the Eagles and these guys in Detroit in the same thing. I believe they win a division.
I tell you what, they got 10 pros on that team, so I can tell you that they got to start a lineup somewhere. So I can tell you that much.
They got some beef on that.
Yeah, they the real deal, man. They the real deal.
So good game tonight. So I hope you guys enjoy that. We're going to be wrapping things up, but I want to get a couple things in about high school football and all that's going on. There's a lot of things happening in the state of Delaware, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And we're going to start trying to bring you more and more.
I like that, man. We need to talk more about cross country and even, like I said, Golden Beacon, that team over there, the tennis team is unbelievable, and we need to talk about that and bring some recognition to these teams because they athletes and this is a sports show.
Yeah, I thought he had longer legs being cross country. You?
He still look like he in shape.
You look like you in shape.
I ain't running against him. I know that.
No, that's right.
They're in a lot better shape than you, Tim.
No, there's no doubt in my mind. But let's talk. We can. You got a guy here tonight coming up helping us out.
Oh man, we got to give it up to our intern, man, AG, man.
AG.
Give it up to AG.
Oh,
AG. Where AG at? Come here, AG.
Yeah, we got the top stats.
Let me tell you something. Y'all call me the stat guy, and listen, stat man, solid stats got a secret, man. I got a young kid, and this kid, come on up, man. This kid always got some nice stats for me, and he drops it in my email.
What's happening, brother?
What's up, AG?
AG is
AG, give me your whole name, AG.
Adrian Jibby.
That's right, Adrian Jibby. That's why we call him AG.
AG.
Now, what high school did you go to?
Howard High School.
Howard in the house,
Howard
baby.
High School, Howard
You know
High
about Howard.
And they sent you over here to be our intern, right? Ain't that right? What you showing off? Showing off in ring?
State championship football ring.
State
championship football
ring. That's right.
yeah.
Anybody you want to see a shout out to real quick, AG?
My mom, girlfriend, sisters.
Whoa. Back up.
Girlfriend?
You got a girlfriend, man?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up then.
You said girlfriend? Or girlfriend?
Oh, we gonna give him too much.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's nice having you.
Yeah,
on board and
AG.
everything, so-
That's right, man.
Yeah.
Keep doing a good job.
My main man, all right?
Keep doing that. That's the
out there.
intern. Man, remember, if you want to intern with sports fans, you can do that too. All right. Make sure you go to sportsfanstv@gmail.com. All right. You can do that as well. So give it up for him.
Man, he's doing some good things.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh,
Let's talk about a couple stats though. Solid
on.
stats.
Look
Did
what
y'all
he
know
got.
that James Harden joins Russ and MJ to be the only players with multiple 40-point triple doubles in a season?
Everybody knows that.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a
Go ahead.
question? Who broke up that team?
That's crazy. OKC?
Okay, who broke that team up? They should be fired.
But he's a genius. They said Sam Presti's a genius, though.
Well, okay. You had 3 superstars on your team.
How they didn't see it? They didn't have a vision.
Well,
They ain't have a vision.
I don't know, because, James Harden, now listen, you know me, man, I'm from the bad boy era, Detroit Pistons, Bill Laimbeer, all those guys, Rick Mahorn, John Sally, Dennis Rodman, the bad boys. So I really can't get behind you if you don't play defense. I'm starting to like James Harden. And James Harden don't play defense. But this kid offensive game is on the level. Now you won't nobody now, right? But his offensive game is such on a high level, it's hard. It's like, you know what, just get him out there. Go ahead and play.
It's like, as a great guy once said, World Be Free once said, my offense is my defense.
Right,
And that's something about Jacob. That's definitely James Harden. He must have.
But he's carried Houston down there for quite a few,
If he plays a little bit of defense, though, just
No one in the league plays defense. I guess average at least 13 in the league now. least 13.
What about this? Russell Westbrook is 1 triple-double shy of tying his season total from all of last season, and that is 18 triple-doubles.
He got 17 triple-doubles?
He got 17,
Already.
and his triple-doubles are serious triple-doubles. They ain't no baby triple-doubles.
That's before the All-Star break.
He can play.
That's before the All-Star break.
Yeah,
and that's incredible.
He can play.
Oh, Westbrook is the real
The only question I got is,
why he dressed
why he dressed like that?
Why he dressed like
Don't talk like that no more.
What you doing, bro?
Ain't how you do it.
You know Westbrook?
Sorry to say,
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook is the MVP. Russell Westbrook lost Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
James Harden only lost Dwight Howard.
He lost Harden too.
Is Dwight Howard still playing?
Yeah, I don't know.
He ain't playing. He
Might be coming over to sport fans.
Hey, Dwight, if you want to get some,
he might be over there at Delaware, Auto Team Delaware selling cars. I heard he was going over there. Yo, you guys ever heard of Rudy Gobert?
Yes.
You heard
Gobert.
Oh, yeah, this is Gobert.
Gobert.
Okay, I'm pronouncing his name wrong.
Jazz.
All right, well, he currently, this surprised me. He currently holds Utah Jazz franchise record with 23 consecutive games with 10 plus rebounds. I would think that would be
Karl
Malone. So that's a surprise stat right there. Because Karl Malone, he was the real deal. The problem with Karl Malone is he throws his elbows out every time he drives to the basket.
Ain't nothing wrong with Karl Malone. Karl Malone did work.
That time he elbowed Isaiah Thomas, man, I never really forgave him for that. But that's a whole
different story.
That's a whole different story.
Old school
But
there.
I don't know how you came out your mouth and said something about somebody elbowing somebody from Detroit. As many elbows Detroit players gave out.
Well, that's what they did.
kidding?
Well, they taught people how to play the game of basketball.
Yeah,
that's what they did.
They taught people how to fight.
Hey, that's all right. Well, that's when the NBA was actually.
That's when you had to play.
That's when you had to play. Like Jordan, look, what would Jordan do in the era today? And this guy, you hear these kids talking. Listen, and I'm not taking anything away from these kids nowadays because
I am.
Westbrook could have played in any era.
And Westbrook could have
played in any era. But you know what, Curry? Let's be honest.
He
Curry,
couldn't play.
He's Steve Kerr. He's Steve Kerr back then, and I'm just saying he wouldn't have been able to be on.
He wouldn't be able to score.
I don't know. Maybe he's been as good as his father was in that era.
Yeah. Well, Dale was
maybe a little bit better. Well, that's what I'm saying. So I don't know. I mean, you can't take anything from Steph.
You can't touch people nowadays.
It's a different sport. It's hard to say that. It's not the same game. It's not the same game.
You can't touch people in the
Scottie
league
Pippen
now.
to lock him down.
Yeah, the Scottie Pippen. Oh, yeah. So
I mean, they gonna put their hands on you. They can check you there.
Well, you told me this. You told me that Phil Jackson. You read that article. You told me because Phil Jackson said that LeBron James is Scottie Pippen. Right? He said Phil Jackson said LeBron James.
Well, if Phil said
played
it,
in that era.
Phil was
He had a vision.
partaking of something he should have been partaking of.
You don't think at least LeBron is Scottie Pippen?
No, I think LeBron is probably. Let me think of somebody come off the bench.
LeBron hater.
No, I'm just saying, LeBron overrated.
He's a LeBron hater, man.
I mean, he's good for now. For today's game, he's good.
He gives him no respect at all.
No, LeBron was good for today's game. He's good at today's game.
But he's playing in today's game.
That's what I'm saying. He's good for today.
I'm gonna ask you this, Joseph. Who does that dream team, that Olympic team, who does LeBron James replace on that team, or can he play on that team?
The water boy?
Well, Christian Laettner was on that team.
Oh, yeah. But that was different because
you had to have
that one college guy. Yeah.
Chris Mullin.
No, he can't get Chris Mullin. He can't get Chris Mullin. No, sir.
Well, Karl Malone forward, Chris Mullin.
He can't get Karl Malone. He can't get
he can't get Larry Bird.
No.
He can't even touch Larry
Even though
Bird.
Larry Bird, he was only on the team. Yeah, he was only on the team.
But we talking about in his prime.
Larry Bird last leg, he's better than LeBron on his both.
Oh, come on, man. Y'all hating on LeBron, man.
LeBron's overrated.
Yeah, y'all, man. No, bro. You heard him out there in sports fans?
Overrated.
You hear him out there, he thinks LeBron James is the best.
He's good for today's game. He's good for today's game.
So listen, let's talk about a couple of things, man. Delaware boys basketball. Wow. All right, we talked about this last week. Girls basketball, boys basketball. Let's give it up for Mount Pleasant right now.
Mount Pleasant.
They 9-0, man. They doing their thing.
9-0?
Smyrna is 7-2.
You got to give it up for down.
Joe, what's that name, man?
Appoquinimink.
What is that? What's that record? 6-1.
They 6-1?
Appo.
St. George is
Appo, baby.
4-2. DuPont is 8-1.
DuPont,
AI.
Coach Rod over there.
Sanford got a tough schedule this year, man. They 4-5.
It's still good coaching.
Yeah,
but
good
you know
coaching.
what? A lot of those losses are big tournament losses.
Yeah.
They're playing against powerhouse teams from D.C., Maryland. That's where those losses. They're not
I was going to say, all these got these different wins. Who they playing? You know.
Well, see, that's why they still rank so high because they are playing.
Coach Stan
he does it on purpose.
all over.
Oh yeah.
And he building them up. And
we had one of the best coaches out there.
We had Stan on the show before. Forrest in knows what he's talking about.
And you got to give him respect because he has almost freshman, but he ain't changed anything.
Nothing, right.
So he's
Yeah,
not.
he lost all his seniors from the last year. Let's go to Delaware girls real quick, man. Ursuline 7-1. Noonan,
powerhouse.
You know that's my man's over there. Sanford 4-2.
Boys and girls.
Cedar Rodney, man, they are 10-0 this year. They are balling. Caravel is 6-3. St. Elizabeth.
Caravel got a good program. Love the coach.
St. E's always have a good program too.
They
Deidre Rustin's over there.
Yeah.
They 3-5 this year. They 3-5 this year. So
but once again, those are tournament losses.
Those are
tournament losses. You see those 5 wins like that, they playing against some powerhouse teams from Philadelphia, DC, New York. That's where those losses are.
Talk a little bit about South Jersey basketball. St. Augustine, they're out there doing good. This is just the top 5 rankings. Camden is up there. Atlantic City is balling this year. Shawnee is balling this year. And Lanapp is balling. Camden Catholic.
Camden.
Well, yeah, Camden always going to be balling.
They the real.
Top 5, let's talk about some Pennsylvania basketball. Now, this is a kid, Westtown. Cameron Reddish is averaging 20 points, 8 boards, and 5 assists per game. So give it up, Cam.
Is a beast.
Yeah,
Westtown like that.
Westtown is a beast.
What's that name, Joe?
Newman Goretti.
There you go. Newman Goretti. And what's that name right there, Joe?
Imhotep Charter and Imhotep, they are solid. I mean, solid stats, but that program has been around for a long time, and the coaching, he just keeps bringing in good kids, and he's doing it the right way.
Doing it the right way, and that's what's up, man. And then we also got
Archbishop.
He's been around for a minute too.
And who was Math, Civics, and Science?
Math, Civics, and Science is a charter school.
Charter school.
I mean, this is what I like to see about teams like that. Math, Civics, and Science took butt whippings when they first came.
Right.
Now they built the program, and now they
That's right. That's how you doing. That's how you doing.
Now we did something a little different this week too. We got some stats about the 400 meters guys, man. We talked about New Jersey indoor track, so this is a little bit different. I know. We hitting you different this week on Sports Fans. We got Corey Pohl. These guys. Let me talk about these guys. These are the top 5 guys. Amir Brock. Give it up
Brock
for him.
in the house.
Spencer Estates, right?
Estates.
All right. We got Harmenio Cruz. And Akeem Lindo, right? We give it up for that. That's the 400 meters. We got Delaware indoor track, 55 meters. Let's give it up for Louis Kungu. Kungu. What up, Louis?
That second name is a beast right there.
That's Devontae McDonald.
Yes.
All right. And Jayson Johnson. Give it up for Jayson Johnson.
Jayson.
So if you hit your name right here on Sports Fans.
Yeah, we got to give it up for the game changers right here.
Game changers.
We're here every Monday night, 7 o'clock. We get started. Come on down and join us. Thank you so much for those that tuned in for the first time on Facebook.
That's right. Facebook Live.
Let me tell you something. When you come down here, Game Changers, they got the best food. They got the best of the people. The atmosphere is just off the hook. Come on down.
How many TVs?
I think they got 39, 49, 59.
They got a lot of TVs. You aren't going to miss any sports at all. It's all here for you. I also want to thank Auto Team Delaware. If you're looking to buy an automobile, definitely check them out on Pennsylvania Avenue. You got the Kia house, you got the Cadillac house, you got the Chevy house, you got the Subaru, and don't forget about our
Cadillac. Hey, if you drive a Broham, that's what you do.
Yeah, it's all for us right here. Till next time for more of
Sports Fans.